Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9 and a little bit of an update because we have a lot of Walking Dead casts. Like right now there's a bunch of cons going on and we have some cast members giving some interviews talking about what we can expect with the Whispers, and it's just gonna be a little bit of an update video, nothing too crazy, but I want to talk about these interviews because there are some interesting things in it to get us excited. So in case you haven't seen the latest episode or you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead, spoiler warning, but other than that, let's get started. So yeah, a lot of cast members are giving interviews talking about The Walking Dead Whispers, and I want to discuss it with you guys in case you haven't heard these interviews before. Again, nothing too crazy, but we're gonna start off and talk about what Denai Guerrera said. So in an interview with the US Weekly, Denai Guerrera said that the Whispers are a little harder to see coming. They are a very new type of threat and they bring a whole new type of issue to the floor that we've definitely never dealt with before. And then she went on to say, it's not just one dude doing one thing, it's a very different experience we're all engaged in. And I love how she mentioned it's not just one dude doing one thing, because obviously she's kind of referring to Negan and the governor, because both those villains were leaders, and if you didn't follow their rule you were gonna die, especially Negan, because you know, Negan was the leader of the Saviors, and if you saw the Saviors, how they acted when Negan was around and when he wasn't, it was totally different. You know, when Negan was around, they would act all tough, and when Negan was not there, they would act like very wimpy. So that's interesting because the Whispers, there's an alpha and a beta, yeah, but they're all kind of hold the same threat. Like they all are, you know, you don't know when they're coming, they're all kind of the same, and it's much more scary, I think, with the Whispers than, even though they are human villains, in a way, they're much more stronger than, you know, previous human villains. And then also Norman Reedus had an interview talking about the Whispers, and he said, we're making the show that we want to make right now, and you can feel it on set. You can feel it all over the place. I feel the scripts and the stories and the episodes are even better in the back 8. I really do. They're fucking epic, you know, and they're just crushing and very severe, all of them. This show is morphing into something else that it's been, that it's got the heart and feel of the original show. There's just a new life breathing through it. Now, I know it's his job to say that, you know, the second half is better than the first. Obviously, he wouldn't say that it's not better, but what I'm trying to say here is that all of us as fans, we know that that first half of season 9 has been one of the best half seasons in a very long time. So if the second half is just as good as that, but I actually think the second half is going to be better because it's going to be mainly focusing on this amazing group, the Whispers. You know, if it's going to be a really good half season, like overall this season I think can be one of the best seasons ever in The Walking Dead. And I know there's so many people who bash on this show because I don't even know, there's people who don't even watch the show and just bash on it because of what they hear and the ratings and stuff. But everybody who watches the show, I haven't seen anybody or heard anybody say that many negative things about it. I mean, not even any negative things really. Like critics, fans, the cast, everybody is saying so many good stuff about this show. And I'm critical on this channel. You know, when I review stuff, you guys saw that with Fear the Walking Dead and even sometimes The Walking Dead last season. When I criticize stuff, you know, I'm not gonna just do my reviews and be like, yeah, it's an amazing episode because it's my favorite show. I'm honest about it, and my reviews for season 9, I have had barely any negative things to say because this show has been the best it's been in years. But anyways, that's my take and my little rant on Angela Kang made The Walking Dead great again. But anyways, let's move on and talk about some stuff that Rosita, the actress for Rosita, Christian Serrato, said about the Whispers. So in an interview at the Walker Stalker Atlanta, this is what she had to say. She said, I feel like we constantly try to outdo ourselves in terms of hope on the show and love on the show and what you'll do to survive and explosions and fun things. And I feel like this season it does the same thing. And then she went on to say, when we're trying to outdo everything we've done, it's to please you guys and to make sure that it's constantly staying fresh and exciting. And I think especially with Angela Kang being our new showrunner, we have a new fresh female perspective on the show. And yeah, you know, Angela Kang is a very talented person, I think, and a very dedicated person because she's been working on the show for a very long time. She's written some really good episodes, and now she's showrunner, and I think she did a great job with season 9. And she's already gotten a head start on season 10. You know, there's interviews talking about how she's already starting to plan out season 10 and the story. and you can see her dedication, and I think it's really paying off because so far season 9 has been great, and I can't wait to see what she does in the rest of season 9 and then into season 10. And then also there was an interview, I can't find the exact interview, but I'm gonna paraphrase here. Greg Nicotero was talking about the Whispers, and he said that, you know, seeing Samantha Morton on set was like giving him chills, and like everybody was creeped out about her because of her character, and just seeing the back of her head, I'm already kind of creeped out. And that scene when she's looking at who was it? I think it was Luke and Alden. I'm not looking at the picture right now, but yeah, she was looking at those two in the woods, and just her stance, very creepy. And you know, I'm taking his word for it because I think Alpha is gonna be a very creepy person. Also, and then Ryan Hurst, who's playing Beta on The Walking Dead, he tweeted this saying, "We talk low, we walk slow, we kill everyone. #Whispers." So I love that, and I love how he's hyping up the Whispers. And you know what's also great? I think, you know, Ryan Hurst, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Norman Reedus, I think they all have great chemistry because they're friends off The Walking Dead too. And there was an interesting story I heard from this interview with Greg Nicotero. He said that when he found out that Ryan Hurst is going to be playing Beta, it wasn't official yet, but like he was having dinner with like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Norman Reedus or something, and they all started texting each other, like Norman, Jeffrey, and Ryan. They all started texting each other, and Greg Nicotero was like, "It's not even official yet. He hasn't signed the contract yet," and they already told Ryan that he got the part. That's kind of funny because it shows that these actors have great chemistry, and as everybody knows, when actors have great chemistry, you know, that translates onto the screen, and it looks like Negan, Beta, and Daryl are all gonna have some screen time in season 9, which I can't wait. And we already have that bit in the trailer of Daryl and Beta fighting, and I think Negan's gonna come help out Daryl, and I can't wait for that. But I just quickly wanted to share these interviews with you guys in case you haven't heard about him or read him, and then also hear your thoughts and opinions on it. But I am gonna wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and then also for daily Walking Dead content like this, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.